Are we live? I think we are live. You know what? I managed to dox myself every time I stream. Kind of impressive. I'm gonna make a post about this on Twitter. That seems like something I can post about. Okie dokie. Okay, let's get to work. So, what are we working on today? Actually, you know what? I should probably... Wait, is this even the right stream that I'm looking at? No, this is not the right stream that I'm looking at. Select stream. Okie dokie. Building AI girls until I get employed. Perfect. My favorite. Also, my cat is doing something in the closet, but you know what? That's not my concern. So, what are we doing today? Well, first we're going to be adding an embedding model for the long-term memory. So currently it's just storing based off of our AI, kind of just summarizing stuff and then just putting it in there. With an embedding model, we'll be able to actually like query properly based on the semantics of the text message that the AI is receiving. So this will help a lot with, I guess, the AI not just recalling random facts from memory, but actually recalling cohesive facts, I guess. That's not the right word. Comprehensible? Comprehensible. That's probably the right word. Okay. And then we are also looking to add short-term memory. This is fairly straightforward. This is probably just going to be a sliding window of what exists in the AIs or in the chat log. Yeah. Can for sure speak. Okay, let's figure this stuff out. So, how do we get started? I guess let's first implement the semantic stuff so that we can clean up long-term memory. And I guess we want to build an embedding model, or we want to find an embedding model. So let's just quickly figure this stuff out with Claude first. I'm going to move Discord away because we're not testing. Cloud. Okay. Working on a Discord AI chatbot. This is going to have long-term memory. I'm storing memory summaries in a PostgreSQL database. Now I want to query based on vector embeddings. I also want to take into account semantic search. Currently, search kind of just turns random things, random memories. I'm using langgraph, langchain, langmem. How can I do this? Give me a very simple baseline implementation. Okie dokie. Also, I think my cat went missing. She's in my room somewhere, but I think I lost her. Oh well. That's her problem, not my problem. Okie dokie. Set up the database. Yes, LangChain OpenAI. So we're just using an OpenAI embedding, right? What is like the base embedding model? I guess, is it LangChain? LangChain embedding model. Is there like base embedding models? Semantic meaning, vectors allow machines to compare search text, blah blah blah. Okay, similarity score, cosine similarity. Oh, what do we do here? So is this all that we need for the embedding models? Embedding model integrations. Top integrations. Okay, all of these are APIs. Is there a way for me to like run it locally? Hugging Face embeddings, that is what I would like to see. Do I care to run embedding models locally? That is the question, because with the actual LLM, like the main LLM that I'm talking to, I want that to run locally so that I can like fine tune it for however I want and I have more control over it. But for the embedding model, I don't think I'm going to be fine tuning it, right? So that's probably just going to add more latency, more overhead, and more hardware problems down the line. So I think from that, we can probably just use the OpenAI embeddings because that's probably good enough, right? Let's see. Let's just see what LangChain docs say. Most team converge on one of 4 patterns. Hosted, flagship, Cohere, what is that? Google embeddings 001 Voyage. 1 API call, best in class quality out of the box, no local inference per call cost, and data egress dependency. Let's just see how much does it cost, because I don't want to spend money on this. So, also, can I like get rid of this? I don't like this. Get out. Get out. This is fine. What am I looking for? OpenAI API cost. API. What about the embeddings? What? What is this? I don't know. Doesn't say. But I am not looking to just run the models. What about the embedding tokens? Impair all features. Real-time whisper. GPT real-time translate. Wait. OpenAI embedding cost. API cost. You know, I'm starting to think I should be running all of these Google searches in incognito. I don't want my search history coming up, even though I am using Firefox, so it doesn't show everything, but I don't know, still feels kind of sus. Oh well, you know what, that's okay, I don't care. Whatever happens, happens. Okay, 2 cents per 1 million token, that is definitely enough. When using the batch API, what? What is the batch API? Yeah, I don't really care. Okay, let's just use whatever that is. Okay, local, download once, run anywhere, no call, data never leaves your environment. Competitive or faster with a GPU. Like, what is the latency on text embedding 3 small or whatever? Like, is that really bad? Is that really good? I don't know. It's okay. I think right now we're just looking for some sort of baseline. Local open source specialist, a fine-tuned model targeting domain-specific language. Okay. Fine-tune UFU, blah, blah, blah. Often beats hosted flagships. Yeah, see, I think this is the main appeal of self-hosting this kind of stuff. But since we aren't going to be fine-tuning anything, I think it's all right for us to just not consider this stuff, right? Okay. Self-hosted at production scale. Same open models, blah blah, via text embedding inference or OLAMA gives you economics of local infrastructure. Horizontal scale, what? Serve via text embedding inference or OLAMA. I don't really know what text embedding inference is. I thought OLAMA was mostly just local, but you know, it is what it is. Okay. Things to care about when looking at your embeddings. Quality. Oh, MTEB dashboard. Interesting, interesting. Don't always transfer. Yeah, I guess what I really care about is just something just... Okay, these numbers are way too specific, but I still am kind of just curious and want to learn more about it. And yeah. Multilingual. This is a lot. Domain code legal. I guess we can see. We can see. Does it have just like general chat conversation? Sick. Love that page. Modality, where is it? I don't care about language. Domain. Code. Long context retrieval. Interesting. Cross synthetic and real world tasks. Instruction following. Reason retrieval. I think long context retrieval is probably what we want, right? Seems like Voyage Multilingual 2. We don't know how many params that is. Is it because it's like 0 closed source? What do these numbers even mean? Mean accuracy, average number of scores. Higher score is good. Okay. Why are these two models just so much better than everything else? What? Where's like OpenAI on this? I see it nowhere. It's just nowhere to be found. It's kind of stupid. Kind of a stupid dummy head. Okay, total params. What is this? Late interaction. What is this? Sparse? See, I don't know what this even means. Voyage Multilingual 2. Is Voyage open source or closed source? It seems like Voyage is closed source. Interesting. Voyage API cost. Or I guess we can probably look at Voyage API first. Okay. Voyage AI. Voyage client. What even is Voyage? I literally don't know. Cutting edge, okay, models, embedding models and re-rankers. Okay, that's what I like to see. And I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I think we're fine. Price per million token. Oh wow, this is 6 times out of ChatGPT. Oh boy, we have 200 million free tokens. So how many dollars is that? Let's just check. Where's my calculator? Where's calculator? Calculator. 0.12 times 200. Whoa, $24 worth of tokens. Hold up, sign me in. What the frick? Wait, I could have done that math in my head. I just didn't feel like it. Oh, I'm kind of stupid. Okay, multimodal 3. Oh. Interesting. Re-rankers. So what is the purpose of a re-ranker? What is the purpose of a re-ranker in AI agents. Okay, reorders retrieve documents based on how relevant they are to the user's query. I think for now it's fine that we don't use it. Later we might need it, but it's not important for now. Okay. Okie dokie. What is this? What is this? Model embeddings, model embeddings. I do like model embeddings, multimodal embeddings. Do we care about multimodal? No, we don't. Actually, do we? No, we don't. We don't care about multimodal embeddings right now. We can scale that up later. Okay, so how do I use this thing? We've decided that we're going to use Voyage something. Oh, wait, I actually kind of want to look at the benchmark some more, because it's just kind of fun. Is this like, was this sorted by model count? Okay. Instruction following. Wait, how outdated is this benchmark though? Like, when was the last time that this was updated? Qwen 3 embedding. Yeah, I'm not running a 4 billion parameter embedding model locally. There's no way I'm doing that. Voyage 3.5. Voyage seems to be ranking pretty well. Okay. Okie dokie. This seems good. Wait, does this show latency? Compare. Latency. I don't see latency. I don't see latency. I think we're okay. Okay, now how do we use this? So I don't see it anywhere. Oh my goodness. Are you telling me there's no LangChain Voyage embeddings? What? How to run Voyage embeddings model with LangChain. Is there a built-in module for that LangChain? LangChain Voyage, OS Voyage API key, embeddings, Voyage AI embeddings, and okie dokie. So let us get started on this integration. And you know what I'm going to do? I am not going to dox myself by revealing my .env file on stream. Instead, I'm going to try to get a Voyage API key on stream, because you know the best way to not dox your API key is to show how to get the API key. Create new secret key button, API key section of Voyage dashboard. Okie dokie. Hold up, let me just quickly get my API keys. You guys can look at this. Okie dokie. Continue with Google. Koyo AI. Continue. Just get me my API key, man. Okay, default project, API, actually, project. Let's create a project. Discord AI. Okie dokie. API keys, create new secret key. And this key is gonna be called Discord AI chatbot. Project Discord AI. And we are going to create the secret key. Whoa. Okay, read and write access. Now let's try not to dox ourselves. Then we want Voyage API key equals this. You can go to 2, and now you can go to 4. Actually, wasn't coding on 4? I think coding was on 4. Okay. So now what? Now what? 50 to 200 milliseconds of network latency. Really? Wait, this is actually crazy. If latency on GPU is that fast. Either way, I'm just not going to worry about that too much. Oh wait, I was supposed to finish reading Factors the Way. Why am I getting distracted so easily today? I think there's a lot that I have to do. You know, yesterday something very cool happened. I saw a job posting for AI intern. I applied within 1 hour of the posting, and then I managed to get a one-way interview. Epic. I'm not sure if all applicants get this, but still makes me very happy. And I should probably do it very, very soon. Anyways, that's just me sharing because I like talking to an audience of 0 viewers. It's very fun. Factors 2A, MTEB leaderboard, blah blah, all of this stuff. Retrieval is most common for RAG. Leaderboard numbers don't always transfer, so run a small evaluation on your own data before committing. Langsmith has tooling for this. It's okay. It's okay, we're going by vibes. We call it vibes benchmark. Our AIs are built on vibes and vibes alone. And if any employer is watching this, I want you to know that that was a joke. I definitely will not build AIs purely based off of vibes in production. I know full well that you're supposed to create like your own benchmarks with your own data with proper labels of like what the AI should do next and with like proper tool calls. But I am just saying we go by the vibes benchmark because it's funny. Anyways, my brain is barely thinking straight today. It's okay. We go by vibes. Oh, just stop saying that. Why do I keep saying that? Okay. Cost, host embeddings price, 0.15 per million. Corpus embedding and query thousands of times a day. This doesn't matter too much. Local inference, 0 cost, or GPU, crossover workload dependent, low volume personal projects are essentially free on CPU. Okay, this isn't too important because we're not running a local, maybe, in the future maybe. Latency, hosted APIs at 50 to 200 milliseconds of latency per request. That's alright. I don't know how much is 50 milliseconds, 0.05 seconds, right? I think so. Millisecond, 2 seconds. Yeah, 0.05. Okay, I'm kind of cracked. And then 200 is just 0.2 seconds. That's a bit slow, but whatever. Dimension, embedding dimension. Vector storage size and query compute. That's interesting that you have to consider that. Larger vectors are more accurate but consume more storage and query compute. I think for us it doesn't matter too much because our thingy thing is thingy thing. Yep. Because do we have enough disk space? I checked my disk space a couple of days ago and I was quite scared by how little disk space I have, but I think that's probably because I have like 7 copies of the same large language model, each one taking 60 gigabytes. But you know what's kind of funny when I have that. Context length. Most classic embedding models cap 512 tokens. Newer models support larger contexts. Multilingual support, I don't need that. Or, does it have multilingual support? Wait. I kind of want multilingual support though, actually. Hold up. What models do they have? Wait. Does what? I'm sure Voyage does. Multilingual support embedding models. I don't know, it would just be fun to talk to my AI in different languages. It's only multilingual 2? Really? Wait. There are ads on ChatGPT now? What the hell? Okay. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. Let's also look at the MTEB benchmark again, or leaderboard. Language. European is a language. Sick. Modality, retrieval domain. Text, image, multilingual. Is there just like multilingual? Like, what? Okay. I guess there isn't just multilingual. Or, oh. Multilingual, sure. It is dominated by Gemini embedding 001. Cool. I assume this is closed source. Why is this so mediocre? It's so mediocre. Voyage is just nowhere to be found on here. Okay. Google embedding model API. And also API cost. Embeddings. Paid. Or free. Where's embeddings? Where? Gemini embedding 2. It is. Whoa. Whoa, free of charge. Whoa, $0.2 per million token. Yeah, okay, I'm not. That's kind of expensive. It's okay. I'll just use Voyage isn't even on here. Oh, Voyage 3.5. You know what? That's it's good enough. It's good enough. If it works, it works. It's okay. I just don't want to enter my credit card information. It's too much work. And also my bank is going to destroy me for yeah. Okay, what was I doing? Query document components, different text prefixes. Prompts explicitly. Okie dokie. Simple. Most are permissively licensed. I don't really care about that. Single vector dense embedding. I don't know what that is. And multi-vector. Starting points. Caching. Interesting. I don't think I care too much about caching. Not gonna lie. Okay. I guess let's get started with this. So pip install LangChain Voyage AI. Gonna be doing some manual coding. We don't need this text editor. How do we close this? I don't know. I feel like I might accidentally dox myself if I try to close it too hard. I don't know how that happens, but conda activate Azaria 3.12. Okay. Install LangChain Voyage AI. You know, talking to this much really hurts my throat, actually. But it is what it is. LangChain Voyage AI. Pi project TOML. LangChain Voyage AI. LangChain Voyage AI. Voyage. Okie dokie. OS.environment Voyage API key equals that embeddings equals Okay, so from LangChain Voyage AI import Voyage AI embeddings. Okie dokie. Okay, let's just put it after memory. Or wait, no, we need to build this before the memory, right? Okay. Embeddings, which equals Voyage AI embeddings model equals what models are there? There was multilingual 2, right? Multimodal, re-rankers, older models. Voyage multilingual 2. Wait, so does Voyage model support multilingual by default? Like, for example, does Voyage 4 support multilingual? I have no clue. Does Voyage 4 support multilingual embeddings? Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Voyage 4. I don't want to burn through all of the tokens. Okie dokie, now what? Now what? Docs. Embed documents. Okay, and then we just do embeddings equals embeddings.embed and query equals embed query. Interesting. Okay, so if we're going to use it for memory, let's see how we do it. Don't worry about this. Here is what I really care about. Okay, memory store with semantic search. Depth search memories. Embeddings here. Okay, vector equals embeddings.embed query. And then we vector equals embeddings.embed query. Embed queries content. Oh, I probably need this at the beginning then, right? Probably. Man, why do I feel like I'm so slow at coding when I code live? I don't know. How do I query it? Store memory, or where's retrieve memory? Okay, user message equals this, and then vector, which equals embeddings.embed query, and then we go with user message, right? Okay, and then we what? With con. So how do we implement this into here if we're already using a memory manager? How do we search with a vector in the memory manager? Let us figure out this stuff. Do we want Cursor to figure it out for us? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Wait, so do we just semantic search, so we can just pass it in the dimensions and also the embeddings? Huh. That is interesting. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna ask Cursor about this. Or should I look online for the docs? I think I can just learn with AI. It's fine. It's fine. I use a vector embedding model. How do I integrate this with the storage? You know, I'm kind of concerned because my cat just disappeared in my room and I have no idea where she went. Like, I don't know where she is. Okie dokie. Memory manager, remove manual, embed query. Okie dokie. So it seems like, what can you do? You probably aren't. Okay, you're not supposed to call it yourself. That's a stupid thing to do. God, what kind of stupid idiot would think of doing that? Probably Claude. Right now, blah blah blah. So we just need to add index on the config, right? Is that it? Index config. Postgres store handles embeddings internally when you pass an index config. Memory manager.invoke store.put. Text is embedding blah blah on search. You do not need to call embed query and retrieve memory. Okay. Memory store equals Postgres store. Okay, so we pass in the connection. And then we go like index equals dims 1024 and oops, embed embeddings. Okay, don't do that. Oh, it's doing that. I don't like that. And now it's not doing that. Oh, I'm so good at coding. I'm so good at coding. And then I'm going to say something like, what? Voyage AI embedding dim equals 1024. Okay. Index equals dims. I'm typing so slow today. What the frick? It's okay. Or just vibing. Pass store into memory manager. Wait, what? You have to manually pass in the store? Retrieve memory. Reinitialize VM. Run setup without indexer, blah blah blah, may not exist. Fresh DB. We tear down everything. And wait a second. Okay, is that it? Oh, I guess it's probably optional, right? Store equals memory store. Okay, wait. So hold up. I have a line graph. Currently I am passing the memory store by just running graph.compile store equals store. Do I still need to specify the memory store in memory manager, or in the memory store manager object? Interesting. Compile time makes the store inside of your nodes. Okay. Line graph in memory store is a standalone, no separate manager needed. Okay, so in memory store is fine. Memory saver, that we're not using a check pointer. So what's a check pointer? Saves and restores the graph's execution. Graphs to pause, recover, resume. Okay, I see. So it just gets the same state. Sure. I love the United States. I mean, what? What? I don't live in the United States. Why would I love the United States? Line graph platform. Third, manage wrap. Okay. I'm just gonna see what happens if I just don't pass in the store. Okay, what? But like, why is the create memory store thing different? Like, that's kind of wild. Store. Semantic search. Okie dokie. Yes, I do have config like this. Okie dokie. So I don't need to specify the store. But why don't I need to specify the store? That's the question. Like, why do I not need it? Okay, you know what? Line graph memory manager. Memory in memory saver. Memory saver is different. Ay. Okie dokie. Postgres checkpointer. Use in production. Short-term memory. Checkpointer backed by a database. Sick. Short-term memory enables agents to track multi-turn conversations to add short-term memory. We just do that. Yeah. Okay. Thread level persistence. I assume that means it persists across the thread. What about long-term memory? Okay. Access store inside nodes. So compile a graph with line graph automatically ingests the store into your nodes. Okay. Let's do the runtime object. There's a runtime object? What? Oh, I see. Okay, I guess that depends on what kind of store you're using, right? And also how you're storing it. Interesting. Stored output builder equals state graph, blah, blah, blah. Okay, store backed by a database, builder.compile. Yeah. Okay, semantic search. Here's the stuff that I want. Okay, so here you specify the index, right? And what about with a memory manager? Do you need a memory manager object? Wait, why don't you need a memory manager object? What does the memory manager object even do? Oh, I'm kind of bad. What is the purpose of the memory manager object in line graph? Okay, I'll also look at it on my own just to see what's going on. Memory manager.invoke. Is it? No way, it's just the same as memory store, right? Is it just like a wrapper around the store? Because you can just like search the store here, right? And you can just like directly put stuff into the store by the looks of it. Huh. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Manage checkpoint thread, yeah. Database man, that's okay. Or what information should be remembered, when it should be remembered, and how it should be stored. Oh, I see. So it's another layer. You Give the memory manager the conversation history and extracts useful long-term memories. Okay, so the purpose of the memory manager is not so much to just like wrap around the store and to process and put stuff into the store, but it seems like the purpose of it is more or less just to look at what has been going on in the conversation so far. So I assume it just looks at the state and then what? And then it just kind of processes it as whatever's important in it. And then it passes it there into the store. Okay. So in this case, since we already have store passing on compile time, we probably don't need it again, right? I don't know. Dude, I'm just gonna go by vibes. Docker, what's the command again? Docker down -v. Oh, I'm so good at this. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so good. Docker. Docker. Compose, wait. Docker compose down -v. Oop. Why am I so bad at this? Docker API at this. I should probably open Docker. Docker desktop. So I don't have any containers running, right? And I still haven't murdered this thing. So let's Docker compose down. Okay, Docker's online and it composed down. Docker compose up -d. Boom. And it should be started. Okay, and now we should be able to run this and then everything should set up. Okay. Don't break on me, please. I'm begging you. First run of the day. Let's see whether or not it works. And also, yeah, it takes a while to load up. I'm gonna drink some water while it's loading. Sick. What is this? Postgres store. What am I doing wrong? Embed. Oh my god. Yep. Yep. Okay. It didn't crash. That's a good sign. Zarya. Can you hear me? It's not broken. She's a bit lobotomized. Oi. Okay. Zarya, tell me about what has been happening so far. And it crashed. Sick. I have not. Oh my. 3 requests. Really? I have to add a payment method? Ugh. I don't know where my wallet is. I don't want to find my wallet. Is my wallet here? My wallet's gone. That sucks. Ay ay ay. We're getting a rate limited. I can't believe it. We have 3 requests per minute. And 10,000 tokens per minute. Really? 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 Okay, you know what? I guess the break is starting early. And we're going to try to find our wallet. Hold up. I'll be back. What's gaming gamers? I'm back with my wallet. Okay, let's... Where do I even log in? Okay. Get this to my streaming tab. No, that's not what I meant to do. Voyage API. How do I... Where's the API? Voyage AI. Okay, dashboard, API keys, and then let's add billing method. Oh my goodness, I have to complete company name. Okay, sure. Or I guess this is a personal account. PO number, what the hell? Country, Brazil. Address line 1, Brazil. City, Brazil. Postal code, Brazil. State, country, province, or region, Brazil. You need a business tab? Okay. Now let's billing, add payment method, card number, expiry date, Brazil, security code, Brazil, billing address, Brazil, and we are good. Oh, I have to add a payment greater than $5. Oh my god, I hate this. I actually hate this so much. Oh, yoy. Why does it have to be so hard? So complicated. Whatever. I'm just using OpenAI. Oh, I give up. Where's the OpenAI one? You know what? I'm still on the break. I'm still just gonna chill for a bit. And you know what else I can do? I can try to look for my cat. Because she disappeared. But you know what I'm not gonna do? Look for my cat. Okay. Oh, we're back to work. Okay. Put me in, Captain. Hold on, I'm trying to learn this slang. Because I saw it on a message. BW is short for between. Interesting. Okay, also my cat just woke up. Hold up, let me let her out. She's not too happy. Okay, cat's outside. She didn't really want to go outside though, but whatever. Okay, let's get back to work. How do I use it with OpenAI? LangChain, OpenAI embeddings. Yeah, it's just the same thing. Instead of using Voyage AI, LangChain, OpenAI, or OpenAI embeddings. Then rather than Voyage, we're using OpenAI. I don't know why that took me so long. Embeddings dim equals, I think it's like 1536, is it? What is it? I think it's 1536. Wait, yeah, 1536 for OpenAI. And then what is the model? I have no clue. I just have no clue, man. Where is it? Where the freaky deaky, where is it? Voyage, text embedding 3 small. Sure, let's just use whatever the hell this is. I wasted like an entire hour looking through different embedding models. I shouldn't think this way actually. I should just kind of enjoy it and vibe. We are low cortisol coding today. Okay. Let's see, does it work? And also I just realized that our graph might be the wrong dimension. So let's quickly reset that. Docker compose down dash v. Docker compose up dash d. And then we can run main. Build conditional edges. What is this? Wait, what is this? Oh, it's that. Okie dokie. Now let's move Discord here as well. Salia, what are you? Okay, there appears to be a lot of latency. A queen of wit with a soft spot for puns and a love for tea. Okay, show it then. I was gonna call her dumbass, but I think that's too mean. Okay, retrieval seems to work fine. Sure thing. Continue on. I see a lot of messages in my debug. Man, that's a lot of latency. And she's lobotomized. That's because she doesn't have short-term memory. Okay. So let's see. HTTP request, OpenAI.com embeddings. Yes, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. And here's our cosine similarity score. Nice. Okay. Is this all that we have? Cosine similarity. Here's cosine similarity. Blah blah. Wait, no, we also have another memory object here. Okay, sick. Okay, you know what? That's fine. I don't really have anything against that. It works. Embeddings for long-term memory works. Now it's just... Oh, actually, I don't want to pass this yet. Now let us also add some debug to it. Graph. Okay, how can I like debug the total latency of graph.invoke? Outgoing graph. I get total amount of time. Total latency of the graph. Runnable config. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Graph invoke config callbacks tracker. Huh. Oh, you know, why am I so stupid? Why am I so stupid? It should be in LLM service. Okie dokie. Parse messages. Where does it publish to the LLM and call it? Oh wait, no, the LLM is just, okay, it's just listening to the queue. So how do we do this response? Asyncio, await asyncio to thread. Graph.invoke. Asyncio to thread graph.invoke, right? How do I like invoke it with debug? Can I do this? Wait. Oh wait, no, I don't think I can. Yep. Okay, response we'll wait asyncio to the, I can just print it here, right? Can't I? Print, or I guess start time equals time.time. Import time equals time.time. And then end time equals time.time. And then what? And then latency, which equals end time minus start time. Print, I did not import that. Okay, from, is it core? Core utils, core what? Core.constants? No. From constants.py, core.constants.py. Or why? No, it's not here. From constants import ANSI. Or what did I even call it? I just called it ANSI. Okay. The problem is not that, it's, yeah. Equals F and see what it was. Hello. What was it called again? Dude, there's so much technical debt. It's not even tech debt, it's just that I'm bad. And like, I just over-engineer everything. And see, LLM debug color, latency, latency, and go and see what, and see reset. Why is it, what? Okay. Oh, why is it broken? Because we are doing that in the string. Why is it still broken, huh? Oh no, it changed. Okay, I'm so stupid. Okay. Let's make sure latency monitoring works. Okay. Dumb idiot. Look at this latency. 7 whole seconds. Wow. That is just, it's unacceptably slow. It's actually unacceptably slow. Oh my god. How do I even make this faster? Okay. I guess I start debugging for the service. Let's make it a bit better. Total AI agent latency. Do we import it here? I see it. Okie dokie. Going to freaking explode. So I guess we can jot down the latency in each step or something. We can, I think the main latency is probably just in the LLM response, maybe store memory, right? Okay. So I didn't even import time. Store memory, and also, what is this? Validate response. Not validate response. Where's generate response? Okay. Start time, which equals time.time, and then time, which equals time.time. Latency, which equals end time minus start time. Print f, what the heck, and see debug color. What is this? Model or model generation latency, and then we have our latency here, and then we go and see. Oops. ANSI. Is it ANSI reset color? Like, am I meant to remember these? ANSI reset. Okay, ANSI reset. There we go. I'll eventually add debug or not into it. Oh, I probably should add it like right now. Like KWArgs, Kwargs. Store memory latency. Okay. Yeah. Start time, which equals time.time, and then end time, which equals time.time. Latency, which equals end time minus start time. Whoops. Print. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Memory storage latency. Okay. Do you think we can like publish it before we actually store the memory? So, or I guess it does end. Can we like execute both the end and also store with the memory? But I think that will cause a lot of race conditions later on. So it might not be best to run those. Now let's just look at our latency. Okie dokie. So let's update this on Obsidian. Find embedding model. Integrate embedding model. Zarya, I am testing your latency. Model generation latency 1 second. Interesting. Seems to be hanging on the memory latency. Oh my goodness. Memory storage latency 16 seconds. What? Really? Okay. Instead of using the actual LLM to generate the memory, I am going to load up a lot smaller LLM. So it's pretty much going to be the same thing though. Let's find out. Let's find a small LLM online. I don't need you. Okay, huggingface.com. I just need something for summarizing memory. So let's keep it under 6 billion. Vibe thinker. I think I want what? Memory summarization. Memory summarization large. This has 14 down. I don't trust something with 14 downloads. Memory summarize. Qwen 2.5b memory summary default. Huh. Interesting, interesting. This is Korean. You know, I'm just gonna take a base Qwen model and then call it a day. Yeah, Qwen's fast enough. Or Qwen. Alibaba. Qwen LM. Models. Qwen Agent World Collections. Where's like Qwen 3.5? There's Qwen 3.5. Qwen 3.6. Show me what you've got. They are massive models. Qwen 3.5, 2 billion. Or 0.8 billion. You know what? It'll be funny. Let's just see what happens with this. Okie dokie. So let us integrate this stuff, or added some debugging latency. Okay. So I should probably pass in the config as a document, right? What is this? Oh, these are helper functions. Okay. Model name. Oh, base model name. Model path. Nope. We're kind of just better actually. So we don't need to do that. Now, where do we initialize our LLM factory.make mod? Okay. Okay. Case hugging face self.model type self.config model type config.json. So makes a model based off of the config. I also want to make an embedding model though. So yeah, sorry, this is not compatible with it because our model path is just this self.config. So we're just going to pass in a config, and then this is going to be config path, and this is going to be a what? String str. So config what? With open config path as f self.config equals json.load config, which equals json.load config, or with open config path as f config equals json.load f, and then model type, which equals config model type, and then what? Do I need config dir? Resolve path self.config model name. What? Where is this even used? Resolve path. Oh, if it's okay, I see. It just changes the path. Okay. Model base, which equals config model base. Okay, and then we just solve the resolve path. So what is resolve path equals absolute path? Oh, I see. So we just want the absolute path of things. Okay, that's fine. Equals model. Wait, Model name. What am I doing? Model name. Config. Model name. So what is model type even used for? If self match self dot model type. Oh, I see. Okay, model type, which equals config model type. Model name, model base equals model or base model name. Solve path model name. Config base model name. This is model base. Self.model type. And this is just model type. Then model name, which equals underscore self.underscore resolve path. So this gives us the absolute path, and then we don't need all of this garbage. Let's see. Okay, we don't need this as either. Okie dokie. So I'm gonna call this what? Soul model. Whoa, soul model config. Because I want to make it very customizable, right? I'm gonna call it personality. Personality model. Personality model config. It's not the best name. And then we're gonna go summary model config. And then Hugging Face model name model. What? Oh, I see. Oh, that's because we're using fine-tuned version. I see. LLM factory Hugging Face model. Okay, now for Hugging Face model, I guess quantize equals true. KW-args self.load model. And then KW-args. Okay, self and quantization. So what is the use of KW-args? What the primary use of KW-args? Because, okay, here's my problem. So I want to be able to decide whether or not I want to quantize the model, because I probably don't want to, or I can just quantize it anyways, right? Does it matter? I don't think so. Like, I'm just getting the speed up and there's just no downsides. I don't lose a lot of performance when I quantize something. So I can just assume that I always quantize it. I feel like that's a bad idea though. I don't know. Melody model path, which equals I also just realized I I probably shouldn't have OS here. Bad idea. Memory model path, which equals this thing as well. Okay, personality model config, and this is memory model config equals LLM make model personality model path, and then memory model equals factory dot make model memory model path, right? Okay. So for our memory stuff, we use the memory model. Where do we specify this? This should use the memory model. Okay. Sick. Does this all look good? Sure. Or I don't want config path in here. Okie dokie. Terminal's database is inaccessible. Wait, what? We've never seen that before. Arbitrary number of keywords without knowing their names in advance. Okay. So we want to be able to name the keywords without having to actually list everything. You know, I should really turn autocomplete on. It's just that I hate the code suggestions sometimes. It's really annoying. Where's my tab complete? Oh! Okay, you go here so that I can actually see things. VS Code settings, plan usage, agent, tab complete. I'm turning tab complete on. Good. Suggest lines like new lines and indentation that modify white space only. Auto import for Python. Okay, I don't need that. Okay, we have cursor tab suggestions back because I keep making typos. Where is resolve path dot underscore resolve path? Boom. 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 Config dir. Okie dokie. Return os.path.join. Wait, what? The absolute path self.config dir. Okay. Sure. I guess I can get the config dir. Config. Do we need this? I don't think so. So what is this? This is dir name file. This is agent LLM. Yeah, we don't need that many dots. Just to make sure, let's check over here. Yeah, it's just one dot. Memory. Oh, fucking. Like. Wait, no, the base model is definitely not Qwen8b. Qwen 3.5-3.8b. So, okay, here we are downloading stuff. Okay. Okie dokie. Azaria is online also prints a bit too early. When does it say that Azaria is online? Oh, after load model. Yeah, that's not how it works. This should be when we're done printing off all of that stuff. Actually, no. We want Azaria color, not LLM color. I don't know what to do while waiting. Okie dokie. See, Azaria is online, prints twice. And then the Discord stuff runs. Ideally everything should be running in parallel, but whatever. Whatever. Where's Discord? Discord, get over here. Azaria. Push. Okay. Let's see, does everything break? So that extra model take up another like 1.3 gigabytes of VRAM. What? How is that 8 seconds of latency? Oh, okay. Okay. So I think what's happening is that it's probably just that she's processing too many things at the same time. Huh. Yeah, this is a lot of messages, right? And also the prompt sucks. This is garbage. Total storage latency, 8.9 seconds. Okay, I guess memory manager.invoke. I guess that's the only thing that we. Oh my. How do I decrease this latency? Okay, we can just update the stuff asynchronously and store memory, right? But then comes the problem of, okay, you know what? That's for another time. So I was thinking that there might be a problem if we update store memory asynchronously, where if the user finishes talking to the LLM there, the LLM generates its message and the user replies, and the store memory hasn't updated yet. The LLMs might just hang there, or it just might retrieve inaccurate memories, which I don't want. A-invoke. But I think it'll help with latency a lot if I make it asynchronous. So making a smaller model already reduced the latency by like half. But the problem is I just might get something lobotomized. Or storing memory plus changing some stuff in LLM, changing LLM factory to support passing in input config, or config input for making model. Okay, you know what, that's okay. We'll worry about latency later. That's not too important right now. Okay, now let's just add short-term memory. So I think with long-term memory we are more or less done. At least we're done with what we want, so I'm just gonna I swear it's wrong. Oh my. Like. Okay. Why does it take me so many tries? Why am I so bad? What? Long-term baseline complete. The milestone projects, labels, assignees, reviewers, development. Okay, implement baseline short-term semantic search LR memory. Yep. Okay, looks good to me. And okay, now we're working on short-term memory. Sick. Short-term memory. state graph Postgres store from lang graph.stored import in memory store. Boom. Is this okay? It is there. It is a thing. Okay. What if I have, yeah, how do I run like both short-term and long-term memory, huh? I'm pretty sure I literally saw this somewhere. Somewhere. Memory docs, yes, probably here. Delete message from memory. Well, summarize messages. Do we want like a summary in the state instead of like everything that, but I still want her to be able to like actively recall different things. But the latency is kind of crazy on storing the memories. Memory retrieval, the latency is fine. Just wondering, why is the storing latency so high? Is it because we're working with like a SQL database? I don't know. It might be because of having to query the database. No. Is updating the database not slow? Like, what is all the latency coming from? I have no clue. I actually have no clue. Okay. I'm just gonna write a fix me here. Figure out what is causing massive latency in this. Okie dokie. Yeah, I'll look into it more later. I just want to implement short-term memory for now, because she doesn't really remember things that are currently happening too well. Instead, we more or less just add it to her state as a sliding window, right? So I believe this just requires a check pointer. Oh, this does use semantic searches. To-dos done. Anything else? Nothing else. Oh, I should probably also get rid of this. Okay, everything looks okay. So now what? Now we want to be able to implement short-term memory. Okay, let's ask Cursor for what we can do about this. So let's first think, what, just as a human, what can we do for short-term memory? Well, the idea for short-term memory is that we just more or less keep a sliding window over the current conversation, right? And then we just limit it to a certain number of stuff. So can we have like multiple memory stores? Can I have multiple memory stores for a lang graph? Want one for long-term memory, one for short-term memory in cache. Long-term memory, what? Is this the best solution for having both long-term memory, or should I implement it some other way? Okie dokie. Connection stream Postgres graph compile. Store a check pointer. Checkpointer primary store. What? Memory saver checkpointer in memory or Redis. So what the hell? Memory saver store equals long-term store. Okay, so I guess we're using a checkpointer. Okay, I need to learn how checkpointers work in LangGraph. Component of the graph, persistence for saving, blah, blah, blah. Checkpoints at each step. That's a lot of jargon. Persistence lets LangGraph applications keep useful information beyond a single graph run. It matters when an agent needs to continue a conversation, resume after an interruption, recover from a failure, or remember information across interactions. Okay. Two persistence types, checkpointers, which persist in a thread's graph state as checkpoints. So I assume this just means that it is in cache. Use them for short-term thread scope memory, including conversation continuity, human-in-the-loop workflows, time travel, and fault tolerance. Stores persist application-defined data outside of the graph state. Use them for long-term cross-thread memory, including user preference facts and shared knowledge. Okay, so that's how they do it. Use in-memory saver. The checkpoint.memory. Okay. LangGraph.checkpoint.memory import in memory. Why is it in memory store? Saver. In memory saver. Okie dokie. Yeah, I should like move this stuff up here. And then everything builds at the bottom, right? Or do I build everything at the top or the bottom? We build everything at the bottom. And then is there anything else that we need? Embeddings, yes. Okay, memory store, and then we're gonna also go to memory checkpointer equals in memory save. Shut up. Store equals memory store, checkpointer equals checkpointer, right? Checkpointer equals memory checkpointer. Yes. Dying. Pass a thread ID in a graph state. Okay. So checkpointer saves a snapshot, blah blah blah, into organized into threads. Okay, so by threads it doesn't mean like multiprocessing. I see. Compile a graph with checkpoint to enable human-in-the-loop workflows, time travel debugging, fault tolerance, execution, and conversational memory. Memory information for blah blah blah, time travel, fault tolerance. Huh. Interesting. The unique ID contains run with the state of the underlying graph. All the assistance would be evoking a graph with a checkpointer must specify thread ID. Okay. So how do we run this? Runnable config. Config, runnable config. So we do graph.invoke with the, oh, that's interesting. Okay. So then we can also consider like the person in there. For now, I think it doesn't really matter, right? Yeah. For now, it doesn't really matter since I'm the only one talking to it. But later on, we should be able to like handle different people talking to it and just like knowing about different conversations. That's interesting. Okay. Lang chain core runnable config. Why do you want a invoke? I am config equals runnable config. So async yo.toThread. So these are the arguments, right? Don't you like pass that as like a tuple or something? Wait. So pass multiple argue to a function with asyncio.toThread. Function first position. Okay, so okay, it doesn't have to be a tuple. That's fine. Config equals runnable config. Now, what do we care about? What do we need in the config? Config runnable config equal. Oh, okay. Equals runnable config. Equals this thing configurable. What is this? Configurable. Oops. Thread ID. Default. Okay. Outputs from both nodes. After you run the graph, there will be 4 checkpoints. Oh, I guess. Oh, I see. So 1 checkpoint after each node, I guess. Get state config. Get state history config. Okay. So, what does this have to do with short-term memory? How does Claude say that we do it? Checkpoint memory, checkpointer equals checkpointer. And then memories equals store.search, recent memories, state memories equals config configurable thread ID. Why does thread ID matter? Store.search. Oh, I guess you're searching for the thread because that's in the namespace, right? Oh, that's the way that you're supposed to do it. Very interesting. And then short-term memory is just recent messages, just state messages. Okie dokie. What's recent messages though? Oh, just state messages. I'm so stupid. Kind of a dummy head. Okie dokie. Where's retrieve messages? User message equals state messages -1 dot content. Okay. So, short-term memory, which equals state messages. I'm dying. Short-term memory equals this. User state messages -1 dot content. That is in fact the user message. Query equals user message. So 10 to -1, right? -10 to -1. Wait, state messages. This is confusing. Message story length equals, or short run mem length, which equals max or min of what, 10 length state messages -1. This negative short run memory length. Why is it length of state messages -1? Because we are looking at the last 10 messages. Does that mean that we start from index number 11? I guess so. Wait. Do you actually just not know how Python works? If I do list cool list -10 to -1, what indices does this give me? So I want the negative or the 10th last item all the way to just not the last item, right? Starting at and ending at, okay. So it excludes -1. Yeah, so it's inclusive. So like, why do I need this -1 here, huh? Not hallucinating. Shut up! I hate you. There's nothing good about you. Query equals user message and short-term memory. Do I want to store it separately? Because what is the AI responding to, okay? Retrieve memory, build context. So build context is first. Build context, retrieve memory, generate response. Okay, retrieve memory goes into generate response. So get memory context. This is long run memory context, right? Memory context is long run memory context. I have to name everything. I don't want to rename everything. I get memory context, prompt attempt sys message relevant. Okay, and okay, that alarm scared me. Alarm scared me a lot. Let's go back to doing God knows what. You know, what should I talk about on my break? I don't know. How's the job market going? How's the job hunt going? Are we vibing? Are we chilling? Are we not chilling? Why does my voice sound so cracky? Well, I don't know. I'm not talking with like the usual voice. I think if I talk with the usual voice, it puts too much strain on my throat. So then I try to like just talk with this voice instead. But this voice, like, there's something wrong with it. There's something like, I don't know, there's something very weird about this voice. But if I need to talk with a normal voice, I think it's okay. But you can kind of hear the other voice underneath. It's so weird. I don't know. Is this normal? I have no clue. Is my throat just bad? Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just bad at talking, okay? So what if I like try to go with a different voice? You know, one that's maybe not so fried. So, like, what is this cracking sound in my voice when I talk this low? I have no clue. I have no clue what it is. So I'm just gonna whatever voice is most comfortable, I guess. Okay. 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 Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Using memory store. Penning to memory. Saver. It automatically loads that. I'll automatically save stuff in cache. And I guess just messages from memory saver. Okay. One more to do, and then we're done for today. Okay? Not a lot of work. Okie dokie, okie dokie, okie dokie, okie dokie, okie dokie. What are we doing? Yo, is there a new chapter of One Piece? I think there is, right? Oh, okay. There's a new chapter. Oh, I want to read it right now. I really want to read it right now. Oh, but there's 51 seconds. No, I can't read the One Piece chapter. No, I'm in 2 pieces. I'm in 1,000,000 pieces. This was truly our piece. Ah, no. Okie dokie. Live chat or super chat. Top fans and XP. What? Whoa. You can get top fans. What? Cool. I love top fans. Okie dokie. Let's get to work. Okay, checkpointers. Reading from checkpointers. Using checkpointers. State messages. What was checkpoints write the full value of super save a long running threads such as multi-turn conversation. Yup. Delta channel for storage versus latency trade-off. Okay, you know, do I care that the API will change? Stores only incremental data rather than a full accumulated. This is most useful for channels. Okay, I think we're just gonna play with the checkpointer for now while we're getting familiar. Checkpointing is powered by checkpointer. Base checkpoint saver interface. Okay. Get tuple. So what is going on when we get short run mem length and short term memory? No, I'll just update the state actually. Memory context, this is long run memory context. And then we're also going to do SR memory context. And it's a list of strings. Do we want this? Okay, no, it has to be a list of dicks. Yeah. It should be type message or dictionary string any. String. What am I doing? Dict string any, dict string. So we have what? OLM and content. And short run memory context equals role user content message dot content for message in state messages. Okay. So then return memory context, long run memory context equals this. Short run memory context is this. Was memory context, and now I'm just going to rename this to long run memory context. Query user message short run memory context. Yes, short run memory context. Okay. So then what? Dot get memory context is long run memory context. Get prompt.append system as short term memory. Messages in conversation. State user dot relevant facts and memories. Okay, so does the LLM even know who it's talking to? I have no clue. Okay, sure. Current conversation with state username. And then prompt.extend state messages. Yup. Okay, and then we do all of that, right? Okay, this surely works. Validation response state messages. So this only cares about the last message, right? Or wait, this is the LLM's response. State message -1. Store memory. User messages -2. So this is the user messages, right? State messages. Wait. So what is state messages here? Messages equals response. And messages -2 is the last user message. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Cause and the LLM response is what? This massive thing that gets built here, prompt. Because we're using short run memory and also long run memory, so we don't access that in messages. Okay, sick. It's fine. That's cool. It's very cool. Epic. Cool. Wild. Wowzers. Epic. Sick. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. I think it looks right. And I guess I'll just print off the memory also as debug, right? So we don't need the long run memory debug anymore. I'll keep it, maybe. Maybe. Print prompt. Print prompt. I guess I also want the ANSI debug color. ANSI LLM debug color. And everything else looks good. Okay. Sick. Let us see what happens. That's a lot of stuff being loaded up. Sorry, dinosaurs. Are they real or fake? Past messages in current conversation with. Okay. We passed that in twice. We don't want to pass that in twice. So if it's what? Length state messages, retrieve memory. This is short run memory, content memory, negative. You stupid rat. Okay. Again, memory storage has crazy high latency, and I just don't know where it's coming from. Like, there's no way it takes 8 seconds for a 0.8 billion parameter model to generate a summary of the memory so far, right? There's just no way. I don't see a world where that happens. Like, there's so many more tokens being passed into the 8 billion parameter model, and yet it's just generating things so much faster. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Go ahead. Unless we're talking about this trying blah, blah, blah. This is what? Human messages, are they real or fake? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Want me to explain why they're absolutely real dinosaur messages? Okie dokie. Prompt messages this. Oh wait, so it's already checkpointing it. Oh, okay. Messages, in that case, we don't need the additional prompt, right? So past messages here, we don't need that. Okay. In that case, we do not need to do all this short run memory context stuff. This is very extra. Instead, we can just pass in messages, whatever. Short run memory context is not needed. Okay. I don't think short run memory is used anywhere else. Okay. You can go to here. States, utils, graphs. Okay, so the saver automatically saves it to this thread, I reckon. In this case, we can just return the last X messages, right? Retrieve memories, generate response. This is prompt.stripped. Okay. Extend state messages, and this is from like -10 to end, -10 to end. Okay. Wait, I just want to double check this. So if I do cool list -10 to end and equal list only has one item. Open. Okie dokie. Worrying about nothing. Okay. Azaria, tell me why you think dinosaurs are real or fake. Super pretty AI by the name of Azaria. See, the memory storage latency is so fast this time. What? Okie dokie. Relevant facts, memory stuff. I just like don't even want to read all of this anymore. They're made by. Oh, wait, I forgot you can't see this. Whoops. They're made by aliens. That would be awesome. No, you tell me about the alien dinosaur conspiracy. Whoa. And now the memory latency is just going wild. Because I mean, why not? Like, why not take 10 seconds for latency in memory storage when sometimes it just takes... I don't know, is it the OpenAI API? Okay. To make bigger dinosaurs. So here is the recent messages that it's responding to, right? Messages, dinosaurs, real, pretend they're blah blah blah. Tell me something about them. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So AI messages, and then it says messages, it has 3 messages. And then for messages, we just pass the last 3 back and forth. Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. So I like to see, and then okay, it seems like she knows about the space dinosaurs. Azaria's short-term memory is working. Okay, short-term works. Why? I'm so bad at typing that. Why is my password just so hard for me to type? Am I stupid? I might just be stupid. Might just be stupid. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Then this is just gonna implement baseline short-term memory. Okay. I guess that's all that we need for today. Okay gamers, that was everything for today. We managed to build everything. That's pretty cool. Anyways,